Imagine we're sitting in a movie. The scene is quiet. Someone turns to the main character and asks, "Can I ask you something?" And somehow that one question turns into a conversation about life. That's what today's video feels like. So grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's talk. First question, why does my online friendship feel connected one day and distant the next? Jarl, stop staring at the friendship, waiting for it to explain itself. Some days people are present. Some days they're distracted. Some days life pulls them into 100 different directions. Your job is not to chase certainty from everyone around you. Your job is to keep building a life that makes you excited to wake up in the morning. If the friendship is meant to stay, it will. If there's a conversation to have, it will happen. But don't put your story on hold while waiting for someone else's chapter to make sense. Keep growing, keep laughing, keep creating memories. The main character doesn't sit in the audience wondering what's happening backstage. She walks on stage and continues the show. One-line version. Stop investigating the friendship and start investing in your life. Okay, next question. And honestly, this one feels very emotionally inconvenient. 2. How do I stop thinking about someone who isn't thinking about me? Know what's funny? The problem usually isn't that you're thinking about them. The problem is that you've accidentally made them more interesting than your own life. And that's unfair. Because your life has future adventures, future friends, future memories, future plot twists, future versions of you that haven't even been introduced yet. Meanwhile, you're sitting here rewatching a character who already left the scene. Listen, some people are chapters, not destinations, and the main character knows the difference. So if they cross your mind, let them. Wave at the thought. Then keep moving. Because the goal isn't to erase them. The goal is to become so busy living that they naturally stop being the most interesting thing in the room. One day, you'll be laughing at something, planning something, building something, dreaming about something, and you'll realize you haven't thought about them all day. Not because you forced yourself not to, but because your life finally became bigger than the memory. And that's the plot twist you're actually waiting for. Now, let's talk about love, because this next question deserves its own soundtrack. Whenever I fall in love, I accidentally make the other person the main character and forget that I have my own movie. How do I stay deeply in love without making the relationship my entire world? Honey, you've made a very common cinematic mistake. You met a beautiful character and accidentally handed them the script, the director's chair, the soundtrack, the camera crew, and the title role. Suddenly, your movie became The Adventures of Them, and you were just standing in the background holding a coffee. The solution isn't to love less. The solution is to remember whose movie this was before they arrived. The most magnetic main characters never stop living when they fall in love. They still chase dreams. They still have ridiculous hobbies. They still go on little adventures. They still have inside jokes with themselves. They still have goals that don't involve another person. Love becomes a chapter, not the entire plot. So every time you catch yourself making them your whole world, ask, what was I excited about before this person showed up? Go do that. Take yourself on dates. Work on your goals, learn something new, buy yourself flowers, romanticize your morning coffee like you're accepting an Oscar. Create memories that don't require their presence. Because here's the plot twist. The healthiest relationships happen when two people bring their worlds together, not when one person abandons their world and moves into someone else's. You are not supposed to disappear into love. You're supposed to bring your whole, vibrant, slightly chaotic, beautifully cinematic self into it. And remember, the love interest should enhance the movie. They should never become the movie. You're still the star. They're just lucky enough to have a speaking role. And finally, the question every main character asks at least once. Life is constantly changing, and I won't always be in my best season. How do I stay confident through every chapter? The secret is realizing that confidence was never supposed to come from being in your best season. That's easy. Anyone can feel confident when they're winning. The real main character learns how to stay confident when the plot gets weird. Think about your favorite movie. Would you watch it if the hero spent 2 hours looking perfect, winning everything, and never struggling? Probably not. The scenes that make a character unforgettable are the messy ones, the comeback, the heartbreak, the awkward phase, the chapter where they have no idea what they're doing but keep walking anyway. Life works the same way. You don't become confident by waiting until you're prettier, richer, more successful, more healed, or more certain. You become confident by deciding, even in this season, I refuse to stop being on my own side. When people judge you, remember that background characters always have opinions about the main character. That's literally their role. Keep walking. When you feel insecure, treat yourself the way you'd treat the hero of your favorite film. You wouldn't look at them during a difficult chapter and say, "Wow, the movie is over." You'd say, "Interesting. Let's see how they rise from this." When life doesn't look the way you wanted, don't assume you've reached the ending. You may simply be in the middle of the story. The middle is always the messiest part. The most powerful confidence comes from knowing, I don't need this chapter to be perfect to believe in myself. Because confidence isn't, I trust that everything will go my way. Confidence is, no matter what happens, I'll figure it out. And that changes everything. So walk into every season like a character who knows the audience hasn't seen the best part yet. The glow-up chapter. The healing chapter. The plot twist chapter. The chapter where everything finally makes sense. It's still coming. Keep turning the pages. Because the strongest main characters aren't confident because life is easy. They're confident because they've learned that they can survive being the caterpillar and still trust the butterfly. And that's a wrap on today's episode. The plot is plotting. The character is developing. The future is being suspiciously quiet, which usually means something good is loading. So I'm going to go romanticize my life. I suggest you do the same. See you in the next chapter, darling.